Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. Today, we're talking Blackrophobia Part 2. Stop killing your own dreams, man. How to identify and overcome self-defeating behaviors. How will you overcome self-sabotage if you don't even know or recognize when you are in the act of self-sabotaging behavior? So that's what we're talking about today. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. If you missed part 1, I'll make sure I put the link in the comments for you to go check that out. But do me a favor, comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. If you like a free business shout out, just do not post any links, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And if you stick around to the end of the show, you're going to understand how self-sabotaging is really limiting your ability to climb to the top, but you're going to understand how to identify and overcome these things. So I want you to make sure you pay close attention if you can. If you're in a position to write down some notes, you might want to do that. So how do you stop self-sabotaging behavior? You got to first identify it and then know what to do about it. That's what we're talking about today. So let's kick it. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities, and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally, or I've learned from, or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I'm, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur from Monetize My Life Academy Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know that I got the book, Monetize My Life, and I'm offering you a free copy. If you go to monetizemylifeacademy.com/free book, this book is what I live, right? I turned my gifts, talent, special abilities, my passion for economic empowerment, and I was able to monetize it and build a solid passive and residual income. And I want to show you guys how to do the same thing. It doesn't take a lot, but there are certain tips and strategies that can help you do just that. So you can get that book for free. For a limited time, you'll also get access to my course, How to Become an Influencer. In this digital age, influencer marketing is huge. And if you can understand a few concepts, few precepts, a few tips and strategies, then you can really set yourself up to win in any business when you bring that business online. So I want to make sure that you guys know that you can get a copy of that book for free. I see Howard Grant in the building from the Grant's Beauty Depot. DNG Tax and Financial Services in the building as well. Nene's Angels Child Care. Love it, love it, love it when you guys shout yourself out, man. Some of you guys are missing an opportunity to actually get in front of people, man. If you're not shouting you out, I don't know who is. And believe it or not, what we're talking about today is self-sabotaging behavior. You're doing it right now. If you have a business and you are in position to type in your keypad and you are not shouting your business out, that's self-sabotaging behavior, right? Because some of you guys are saying to yourselves, I don't have, my business ain't that big yet, or I don't have a website, I don't have a page. Man, if you don't have nothing but a dream of starting a business, then shout yourself out this morning. Start putting that thing out in the universe and watch resources start showing up in your life to help you do just that. Couple quick announcements before we get into Blackrophobia. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. We did part 1 on Friday. If you missed it, I'm going to put the link in the show notes so that you can go back and see part 1 as well. So many of us are killing our own dreams, especially as Black people, because we have something that I call Blackrophobia, right? But before we get into that, a couple quick announcements. Listen, I'm still looking to work with a few single moms and a few just people in general. If you would like to have your own business in the financial education space where you can get paid for helping other people legally lower their taxes, improve their credit, get out of debt, invest, become their own bank, even our Done For You real estate program is up and running. If you would like to have your own business in that space, then I need you to comment soft intro or text keyword soft intro to 314-874-6887. If you're a single mom, I want to let you into the program 50% off. So you need to text soft intro / single mom to the same number, 314-874-6887. Also, for those of you who are in business and you are struggling to figure this online marketing thing out, you're trying to figure out, how do I use social media, Cortez? Do I have to go live? Are there other ways for me to get the best bang for my buck when it comes to social media marketing? Then you, my friend, want to check out MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. It is the premier digital marketing mastermind for entrepreneurs. You're trying to figure out how to build a business online, how to create a brand, how to take your business to the next level. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Every month, I'm online with our mastermind members, and we're strategizing on what are the best practices, what are the tools, the resources. We got everything covered. All things digital marketing, whether you want a podcast, you want to blog, you want to do video marketing, you want to do Instagram, you want to learn YouTube marketing, man, we've got it all covered for you in the Digital Marketing Mastermind. So go check that out at www.monetizemylifeacademy.com if you're interested in that. Keep those comments rolling with the name of your business and or your brand, and we're going to continue to shout you out throughout the show. So as we get started for today's show, y'all know how I do it, man. I got to start with the quote of the day. One of the things I do when I start my day, I'm always listening to something personal growth and self-development wise. And I was listening to some TD Jakes this morning. So today's quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show is as follows. Greatness never goes on sale. It costs what it costs. If you don't put in the practice, you can't make the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the great legend, Bishop T.D. Jakes. Greatness never goes on sale. It costs what it costs. If you don't put in the practice, you cannot make the performance. So many, the word hack has got so many people confused, right? So many people are looking for hacks and tricks and shortcuts. I don't think people understand what that term actually means when it comes to business. What the word hack means, or shortcut in business means, it means leverage. Some people are thinking that to mean replacing the work. No. You gotta put in the work, people. There's no way around putting in the work. And I want you to put this in the comments, man. Hard work works. Hard work works. Stop running from the work, because when you're running from the work, you're running from the money too. Yeah, I want y'all to get that. Stop running from the work, because when you're running from the work, you're also running from the money. The money is on the other side of the work. Now, am I saying that you can't find a way to leverage a tool or a resource? I love video. Why? Because when I put a video out on YouTube, that video works for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, when I do the work behind putting the video out. That means I got to market the video. I've got to put the video in different groups. I've got to do different strategies to make the video visible. I got to encourage people to like and comment and subscribe, all of that stuff. That is the work. But having multiple videos working for me is the leverage. So it's a hack where I get leads almost every single day from one of my YouTube videos. But I still have to put in the work. The word hack does not mean it replaces the work. No, you just do a different type of work. You do work more efficiently, more effectively, but you still have to put in the work. Greatness never goes on sale. It costs what it costs, ladies and gentlemen. The example that Bishop Jakes gave is you will never see a 2-for-1 sale on a Bentley. You'll never see a 2-for-1 sale on a Bentley. Some of you guys want this multi-million-dollar business, but you're putting in a 2-for-1 type effort. It's like, man, I just want it to happen for me so bad. Well, here's how it's going to happen for you. You're going to put your head down for 5 to 7 years. You're going to go hard with a singular focus, and that's how it's going to happen. Even when you got these different hacks and these different tricks and these different shortcuts and you're leveraging, you got mentors, you're still putting your head down for 5 to 7 years to lay the foundation to build your empire on. You can't get around that, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the self-sabotaging behaviors that we all experience is trying to find a shortcut, trying to microwave our success. There's no such thing. So that is 1 minute motivation. That is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show. And that is brought to you by Monetize My Life, the book. Guys, go get your free copy of the book, man. It'll bless your life. It'll open your eyes to the different things that you could do to start taking your gifts, talents, special abilities and turning those into income. MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com/free book. So we're picking up part 2 of our series on Blackrophobia. First of all, what is Blackrophobia? Blackrophobia is a term I coined using the clinical definition of being afraid of heights, right? If you are scared of heights, you have the clinical definition is called acrophobia, right? I have acrophobia. I am afraid of heights, right? Well, Blackrophobia is something that Black people deal with on a very deep level, and that is our fear of ascending to new heights, right? We self-sabotage like nobody's business, and I haven't ever heard anybody speak to why other than Dr. Joy DeGruy, right? If you're not familiar with her work, she's got a few lectures out on YouTube. Dr. Joy DeGruy talks about why we self-sabotage so much, why Blackrophobia is so ingrained in us. And the truth of the matter is, there's a reason that we are afraid of ascending to new heights. Because there's a time in our history where winning, we're succeeding, we're doing it big, we're putting all of your talents and living up to your fullest potential could get you killed. Yeah, there was a time in our history, and I say history like that time still don't exist today. It still exists today, where rising to certain levels of success could get you killed. Now, today, is not so much getting you killed in a violent sense. It is maybe killing your character. It is maybe killing your business. Maybe it is killing and cutting off the relationships that you're using to help you thrive. It still happens, just not as violently as it did in the past. And because we've lived through that, we've got some issues, right? That's just what it is. And we've got to get to a place where we realize that standing up for what we are, who we are, and living our fullest potential is worth even dying for, right? This is something I have to reconcile in my own head. It's like, is this Cortez worth dying for? Showing my children that I am a genius and I can go out and make things happen, and I can build an empire and do it unapologetically in the midst of the potential that someone is going to come and tear down what I built and all that kind of stuff. Listen, it's worth it. At least it is to me, right? At least it is to me. So we're talking about how do you identify self-sabotaging behavior and then how to overcome it. So let me just recap real quick what we talked about in part one. Some of the things that you'll see in yourself and notice these things in your children as well, so that we can help them break these self-sabotaging habits early on in life, right? So let me just hit a couple of these as we recap. Drinking too much in public, self-sabotaging behavior. Saying yes when you should say no, self-sabotaging behavior, because it creates a distraction. Insisting on your way, self-sabotaging behavior. Reacting instead of responding, not being in control of our emotions, is self-sabotaging behavior. Believing and behaving as if you're always right, That's self-sabotaging behavior. Refusing to take care of your body, self-sabotaging behavior. Unhealthy diet, self-sabotaging. Avoiding things you don't want to do to get that you know are necessary to get you to that goal that you say you have. That's self-sabotaging, man. Taking a passive stance to avoid a fight, right? It's self-sabotaging. Sometimes you just got to stand up, stand your ground, right? Procrastination, self-sabotaging. With procrastination, there also comes perfectionism. Perfectionism is just a bougie way of saying procrastination, right? Not finishing what you start is self-sabotaging behavior. So I had that bad, like getting 80% done, excited, and then moving on to something else and saying, I'm gonna come back and finish it later. Really, I don't want to see whether that project is gonna succeed or fail, so I never finish it. That's huge, man. That's huge. These are all self-sabotaging behavior. Let me know when I get to yours now. Don't be afraid, right? Being indecisive is self-sabotaging behavior. We often get into a place where we don't want to make a decision, so we don't. Or we don't want to make the wrong decision, so we don't. And not making a decision is actually a decision, right? Avoiding getting a handle on your finances. That's self-sabotaging behavior. You know good and well that if you keep down this path financially, where it's going to end up, right? Taking a pessimistic approach to life, seeing the negative in everything, self-sabotaging behavior, right? Non-suicidal self-injuries, that's like cutting yourself, burning yourself, and that kind of stuff. Man, that's self-sabotaging behavior, right? Am I the only one? Like every one of these is something that I do consistently. It's like, man, it's crazy. Like every single one of these things, as I'm going through this, and like I always tell y'all, man, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me, right? I'm just talking out loud. The study that I do, this is my personal study. This is my personal growth and self-development. This is what I'm doing for myself to try to get myself to the next level. I just figured there's some people out there that might want to come on this journey with me. So I just do it live, right? So Maureen says, yes, living by our emotions. That is huge, man. It's like that person who always blows his top and cusses somebody out or fights somebody who's trying to help them or who's in position to get them to the next level, and they just blow opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, right? Those are the types of self-sabotaging behaviors. But y'all know how I do, man. I'm Mr. Optimistic, Mr. Positivity. There's no way I want to bring you on this stream and talk all about the negative without offering a solution. How's it ever? It's time for 1 minute motivation. So before we get to solutions, let's jump into 1 minute motivation. And this is where we play a short 1 minute motivational clip. I'm going to ask you to give your takeaway, and I'm going to give a couple takeaways as well. And then we're going to get into this Blackrophobia, how to overcome self-sabotaging behavior. So let's get into right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, 1 minute motivation.
In order to do what you love, you got to get through the obstacles of the things that you don't love. Getting over those hurdles, and then eventually they lead you to the thing where you're like, okay, now I'm ready to pursue said thing that I want to do. Or if you're in a job or a career and you're like, I fucking hate my job. Even if you hate your job, you're supposed to be using that job for something to get to something. And if you're not, then that should be the thing that you're figuring out. Like, I don't like being here, but now that I'm here, I'm going to do all that I can to get said thing so that I can then be comfortable enough to move here. If you just go into those things with hate, if you just got hate and you're just angry about what you're doing every day, then you're not even allowing yourself to figure out the plan of how to escape the thing that you hate to get to the thing that you love.
Ooh, my man Kevin Hot. I thought I was Mr. Positivity. That dude there, man. Man, what did y'all hear? What did y'all hear? What did y'all hear? Right? So many of us don't understand the power of having the right attitude, especially when it comes to the things that you do not want to do. Some of you guys are on your way to work right now, and you don't have the right attitude about that job. Here was the attitude that I had about my job. As a Christian man, I believe that my primary duty is to be a provider and a protector of my family, right? So I went into my job knowing that while I may not like giving 10 hours of my day to somebody else, I knew that I was also fulfilling my duty of being a provider, right? So that attitude allowed me to listen. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to give 110%. And because I'm giving 110%, my attitude is right. I'm going to constantly not see this as a negative drag. I'm going to start paying attention to the things that are around me, the people that are around me, and I'm looking for opportunities to make this situation better, or looking for the opportunity that's going to allow me to escape this situation altogether. I challenge you, if you have a job that you don't like right now, and you're not in position mentally or financially to walk away from that thing, shift your attitude about it and see what happens. If you are not in the mental position or the financial position to walk away from that job that you do not like, I challenge you to shift your attitude about it. Start seeing that job as the primary investor of your dreams. Your job should be the primary funding source of your escape plan. But I promise you, if you don't have the right attitude about your job, you'll never, like Kevin Hart says, you'll never even see your way of escape. You'll never even see it. You'll never even see it because you're filled with anger and vitriol about the fact that you don't like the job. And let me say this, because I gotta say this. Most of the people who say they can't stand their job also go home and do nothing about changing themselves or putting themselves in a better position to get a better job, to leave that job, to get a promotion, to make more money. They just keep going back to the same job and they keep going home with the same attitude, remaining the same person. A lot of people, I know a lot of people, man, I can't stand this job. Hey, man, listen, you might want to go to this workshop where they're teaching resume writing. Oh, man, I ain't got time for that. Man, I can't stand this job. Hey, listen, have you ever read the book, The Magic of Thinking Big? I got a copy of it. I'll let you. No, man, I ain't got time to read. Dang. Okay. Man, I can't stand this job. Hey, have you ever listened to the Cortez Hustle Show? Brother's on every morning, and he just brings a lot of positivity, give you a lot of different ideas on how to make extra money on the side and that kind of stuff. Man, I ain't got time to be listening to that. Wait a minute. On one hand, you can't stand your job, but on the other hand, you won't do anything whatsoever to become a better version of yourself so that you can escape that job. That's a lot of people, y'all. It's a lot of people. Some people just like to complain for the sake of complaining. Maureen said the job is also there to collect seed for the future you want. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you got to have the right mindset and the right attitude. So that is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. If you have a business already and you're trying to grow a brand online, become an influencer, trying to use the internet to find customers, leads, to help you make more money in your business, you want to check out MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. Every month you get a course that's going to help you in those areas. Every month we do a live group coaching session every month, and we just look to add a twice weekly Q&A, a bi-weekly Q&A as well. So we got our group session every month, and then every other Monday we're doing live Q&A to help you move forward and help you understand the courses that we have, find out where you're stuck in your business, and really help you get to the next level. MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com, ladies and gentlemen. So we're talking Blackrophobia, how to stop killing your own dreams with self-sabotage, how to identify. We just went through last show on Friday was how to identify. If you missed that, I'll put the link in the comments so that you can go back and check out last Friday's episode. Today, now that we've identified, let's talk about what you need to do to overcome these things, right? How do you change self-sabotaging behavior? Although letting go of your self-sabotaging behaviors isn't always easy, you can succeed if you make it a priority. Thankfully, there's a full range of strategies you can employ to help yourself avoid self-sabotaging behavior. All right. Start your journey of eliminating self-destructive behaviors. Commit to the following steps. Number 1, acknowledge that you engage in self-sabotaging behavior in the first place. Man, when I tell you self-awareness is a mug, man. You got to acknowledge that, man, I have all those things that Cortez just listed. I do all of those things in some degree, right? Just like the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous, it's important to admit to yourself that you have a challenge before you can do anything to change it. How many of you guys are willing to admit that I'm a self-sabotager? I have certain self-destructive behaviors that are holding me back. Number 2, write out how you self-sabotage yourself, right? This exercise will feel like you're cleaning out the clutter of a closet. Only it's your mind and emotions you're sorting through instead. Keep thinking and writing until you've listed all the ways you engage in self-defeating behavior. Next, put down specific incidents where you recognize that your thoughts, choices, or behaviors were self-defeating. Go back for at least the last 2 years. So you got to acknowledge, and then you're going to write these things down. And when you write down the behaviors, like, man, I drink too much in public, then write down a scenario that really messed it. Man, the last time I drank too much in public, I was dating a young lady, and she was really a good person for me. Things got crazy. I embarrassed her, and we broke up, right? Whatever it is, write down your self-sabotaging behavior and the behavior and a scenario or incidents that you recall, like, yeah, I did that, right? Because if you can see it, if you can recall and you can relive it, you're like, man, you're going to start to see that it doesn't serve you well. Number 3, claim full responsibility for your thoughts and actions. This is huge. This is huge, right? We are in a place where it has become so easy to blame others. And because everybody is doing it, it's also become so accepted to blame others instead of taking full responsibility. Claim full responsibility for your thoughts and actions. Now is the time to step up and do whatever is necessary to let go of the self-defeating thinking and behaving and own it. Listen, man, I just got to take responsibility for self-sabotage. I would start a project. I would get 80% of that project. And as I'm getting ready to launch that project, I go start do something else because I'm thinking, man, what if this project don't work? Well, if I never launch it, I never know if it doesn't work or if it does work. I say yes to things that I should say no to. The reason I'm saying yes to those things because it's a distraction. And when I say I didn't hit my goal over here, it's all because I was distracted. I had somebody drop some stuff on me at the last minute. I could have just said no, right? Are you ready to claim full responsibility for your behaviors? Number 4, plan your responses to challenging situations. Plan your responses to challenging situations. Write them down. For each of your episodes of self-sabotage you wrote down in step 2, record how you'll respond in a similar situation from today forward and be specific, right? And be specific. I got a planner that I got from Brendan Burchard, and that planner asks every day, what is one thing that might challenge you today? And then it also asks, now explain how your best self will handle that situation. What it's doing is it's getting me to what's called future pace. It's getting me to see myself winning that situation before I even get in that situation. This is the same thing. Plan your response to challenging situations, right? For example, I would not avoid going out with friends just because someone I've never met will be there. Instead, I will go with them and make an effort to talk to the new person. It's okay if I feel some anxiety. I won't allow my tense feelings to push me towards a decision that will ultimately prevent me from making new friends, which is important to me. Right? This is you have to create a game plan to help overcome the things that have been holding you back before you even get into those things. So this person obviously has anxiety about meeting new people. And if you don't know anything about living on this planet, everything that you need in life comes from a relationship with somebody else. Everything you need in life comes from a relationship with another person. And if you got anxiety about meeting new people, especially if the people in your current circle aren't lifting you up, then this is a game plan. I will not avoid going out with friends just because someone I've never met is going to be there. Instead, I will go with them and make an effort to talk to the new person. I'm just going to break that down, right? It's okay if I feel some anxiety. I'm not going to let the anxiety become self-sabotaging anymore. Period. This is why we wrote the things down in step 2. Jose Delgado, what's going on, my friend? I see you out there at on YouTube land. Number 5, share your plans with a close friend or familiar or family member. Let someone know what you're working on. This part is important. Ask them to confront you whenever they see you engaging in self-sabotaging behavior. If you choose someone you trust, you'll believe them when they tell you, hey man, there you go again. There you go again, sabotaging yourself, man. There you go again, sabotaging this relationship before it even gets going. There you go again, starting another project when you ain't finished that one. There you go again, not asking for the sale. There you go again, saying yes to a bunch of stuff when you need to be focused on this. It's called forced accountability. All right, put yourself in position and give other people permission to kick you in the butt. If your friend comes to you to share that you're about to self-sabotage, carefully consider the information. Thank them for telling you and ask them to continue to follow through with letting you know in the future about such behaviors. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you give them permission to kick you in the butt and they do it and they bring to your attention where you have fallen short, go to your plan, because you should have a plan, right? Wait a minute. Come on, let's if we're following these steps, if my friend says, Cortez, you're self-sabotaging, and if I follow the exercise in step 2, where I wrote down all the areas that I'm self-sabotaging, I wrote some scenarios where self-sabotage has hurt me in the past, then I wrote out a plan on how I'm going to overcome that. When my friend steps up and says, bro, you're doing it again, I need to be able to say, okay, check. I remember this, check. Here's my plan that I wrote down that I said this is how I was going to overcome that. And I see myself winning in that situation. Now I can address the self-sabotage because I have a plan. I already have a plan. Number 6, tell yourself you're worth the effort. Tell yourself you're worth the effort. Matter of fact, I want all of y'all to put that in the comment right now. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. And in fact, I need to put that in the comments right now. Here. I'm worth the effort. Sometimes we don't do the things that we know we should do because we don't value ourselves. I know it's hard to hear sometimes, but you invest in the things that you value: time, energy, effort, and money. You invest in the things that you value. I had a friend here in St. Louis. We have a park called Forest Park, right? And on Sundays, not only do we have Forest Park, we have O'Fallon Park as well. East St. Louis, there's a park over there as well. And on Sundays, right around, 5, as the heat starts to dissipate a little bit, everybody pulls up at this park with their nice cars and that kind of thing. And I had a friend who didn't have the nicest car, right? But he valued it. How did I know he valued it? Because he invested in the tire shine. He invested in the armor all. He invested in the time. Sometimes it would take him an hour, 2 hours to clean the car up just to go sit out on Sunday, right? When was the last time you invested in yourself? Time, energy, effort, or money to help you grow in a specific area? You invest in the things you value, right? And this process is not going to be easy. But if you believe that you're worth it, then you'll take the necessary time and go through the necessary pain, because it's going to be painful whenever you're changing habits that are ingrained so deeply. It's painful. Let's just call it what it is. It's going to be painful. But when you value something, you're willing to go through the pain. Those who fall into repeated patterns of self-sabotage have low self-esteem and simply don't feel worthy of experiencing the lives they want. This is no secret. Repeat to yourself that you're worth the time and effort to change your self-defeating thinking and behavior. Repeat to yourself. Repeat to yourself. Repeat to yourself. This might be something that you need to put as a screensaver on your cell phone. So every time you pick up your cell phone and get ready to call somebody, that's the first thing you see. I'm worth it. That might be something that you put on your laptop as a screensaver. So every time your laptop goes into sleep mode or you open up your laptop, the first thing you see is I'm worth it. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that might help you. Really quickly, guys, we got to take another quick break. And I want to share with you guys my personal coach and mentor. We're fighting the war on poverty by helping people in 4 main areas of their life: taxes, credit, debt, and asset accumulation. If you want to save, make, and or grow money, then we have a program for you. So let's check this short clip out of my mentor explaining a little bit about what we do and how we do it. And if you're open-minded enough to have a conversation, then I'll tell you what you need to do next. Check it out.
Here's a question for you. Why are you letting another multi-billion-dollar industry and multi-million-dollar partnership pass you by? Think about it. You may have missed the dot-com era. You may have missed the age of the computer. You may have missed technology. But why are you going to miss another opportunity when you can get a small percentage of a billion-dollar pie and change your family's legacy? One thing I know for sure, opportunities are not missed. They're just passed to the next prepared person. My name is Brian N. Bean, founder of the Extra Digit Movement, and one of my business partners gave you this video for one reason. We're about to take the real estate industry and the financial industry by storm, period. Think about it. Everybody ultimately needs a place to stay. Now, I didn't buy this land and these 20 acres with our new partnership that we have with Making Wealth Real Financial. I was very, very blessed to turn $228 into $228,000 in just 8 short months. Making Wealth Real Financial did give me the 750 and above credit score. Making Wealth Real Financial did give me the cash to put in my pocket and close this deal and build my dream home on, guess what? 20 acres. Did I mention to you that we have credit restoration specialists? Did I mention to you that we have enrolled agents with the IRS to help you lower your taxes? Did I mention that we have debt elimination specialists as well? Did I mention that we have negotiators who will help you shred your bills and create positive cash flow? Imagine living the life of your dreams, fishing when you want to fish, building a house that you own. Imagine having business partners who care enough about you to share with you the power of our new multi-million-dollar real estate venture. And guess what? You don't have to be a sophisticated investor. You don't have to be an accredited investor. You don't have to be a real estate specialist. You don't have to be a real estate broker or agent to take advantage of our real estate joint venture partnership. Guess what? The average person now can buy, sell, flip, and invest in real estate without the risk and without the headaches, because we have experts who do all the work. So whether you're ready to invest in real estate or not, take advantage of this opportunity in this short video by getting back with the person who introduced you and just say or text keyword soft intro. That lets us know that you're ready for a deeper dive into the next step to make wealth real for you and your family. Get back with the person who introduced you to the video, and I'll see you guys on step 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the number you're going to text soft intro to is 314-874-6887. Now, we're talking about self-sabotaging behavior. Some of y'all got fired up, and just that quick, you talk yourself out of it. Now I'm cool. Self-sabotage. You want to even look at opportunity to do the things that you say you want to do. Self-sabotage. Listen, I know what it's like. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know. Text soft intro to 314-874-6887 if you want a deeper look at our overall program. We're talking self-sabotaging behaviors, right? What I call Blackrophobia. Black folks has a fear of ascending to new heights, partly because of Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Black Wall Street burned down, right? Partly because not only did that situation happen, but situation like that happened all over the country, right? Rosewood, there's places all over the country, Durham, North Carolina, where these so-called race riots took place, where Black thriving cities were burned to the ground, right? So anytime we start to win, then we have this in the back of our head that something is going to happen. So before somebody else comes and kills my dream, I'm going to kill it myself, right? Self-sabotaging behavior, man. So how do you overcome it? Get out of the rut. Start believing in yourself. Rather than put yourself down, give yourself some props for making it this far and for recognizing your self-defeating ways, right? Some of us have hit some great levels of success, even despite our self-sabotaging behavior. So give yourself some props. Now just start making some adjustments, right? Start making some adjustments. Jose says, hey, it's time for me in this season. I need to change some patterns. Well, part of the changing the patterns is giving yourself some props for getting this far, Jose. Give yourself some props. Like, even though I've been self-defeating in some of my behaviors, I was still able to accomplish some things, right? Number 8, make a vow to yourself and a close friend. Commit to working to decrease and eventually stop engaging in self-sabotaging behavior altogether. Say it out loud to yourself and to your friend. If it helps, feel free to say it to yourself in front of your bathroom mirror. One of the things that I started doing because of Mel Robbins, when I'm in the bathroom, I give myself a high five when I see myself in the mirror. Like, dude, you own it. Why? Because most of the time, we're talking negative to ourselves about the things that we didn't do, and we never acknowledge or recognize ourselves for the things that we did do. So I started giving myself a high five, and I started saying how much I love myself every day, right? Number 9, use thought-stopping techniques to end unhelpful thinking. Negative thoughts can lead to self-sabotage. Whenever unproductive thinking begins, imagine a big red light in your mind, blocking out the negative ideas. Then imagine a green light while choosing to replace the negative cognition with a positive one. Oh, that is so deep. Use thought-stopping techniques to end unhelpful thinking. Imagine a big red light. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that. And then imagine a green light to usher in a new thought pattern. For example, let's say you're trying to eat healthy. As soon as you begin thinking about eating donuts, visualize that big red light. No donuts, no donuts, no donuts. Then think about eating an apple instead. Visualize the green light as you get the apple and bite into its crunchy sweetness. Number 10, give yourself positive reinforcement. Making changes can be challenging. Using the example in step 4, remind yourself during your evening with friends that you made the right choice to get to know more people. Give yourself a mental pat on the back, right? High five myself in the mirror. Bro, you crushing it. Bro, you killed it this morning on the podcast. Bro, I appreciate you. Bro, you was nervous as a mug to talk to that dude, but you talked to him, right? And now he's in your business. Bro, you was nervous as a mug to ask for the sale, but you asked for it, right? You was nervous as a mug to tell people about your new program, but you start putting it out there and now people are in your program. Pat yourself on the back. Number 11, right? And I'm sorry, Maureen, I know you're typing the numbers. I appreciate that, right? If I'm going too fast. Number 11, acknowledge your new positive feelings and experiences, right? Same with the example in step 4. Maybe you meet 3 new people or made a real friend. Perhaps you laughed all evening and really had a great time. You might have even gained some confidence regarding socializing with new people, right? So you got to acknowledge that. One of the things, so I love this planner from Brendon Burchard, because one of the things that it focuses on every day is not like that example. It says one of the questions it asks me to fill out is a situation that might stress me out or trip me up today could be. What is that situation? Then it says, and what is the way that my best self will deal with it, right? So it's asking me to see myself winning that situation. But in the evening, right, this is your pat on the back. In the evening, it says, hey, give me a moment that you really appreciated today, right? How many of you guys take time at the end of the day and reflect back on your wins? Most of us don't. At the end of the day, we reflect back on all the bad stuff that happened. This is how the news programs us. The news programs us because 95% of the time, the news shows us 5% of the 5% of negativity that goes on in our communities. So we assume that our communities are 95% bad. So we adopt that habit that we focus 95% of the time, we focus on the 5% of the things that went wrong in our day. It's 9 p.m. and you still talking to your spouse about the person that cut you off at 6 a.m. that morning. Come on, man. Come on, man. Right? Number 12, educate yourself. Read a variety of self-improvement books about feelings to be better informed about what goes on inside you. Engaging in self-study enriches your life in many ways and will help you refocus your efforts on what you truly want, right? I always have 3 or 4 things on my desk. Like these are all things that I'm kind of in at the same time. And then I have my arm's reach bookshelf right here, right? Those are the things that I'm constantly going throughout. Those are kind of like the top of mind, the laws of success and Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and how to deal with people. These are things that I refer. These are my references. Then I have my other bookshelf up here, and then I got another smaller bookshelf in my old office over there. So, man, you should be reading daily, right? Reading daily. And here's some things that I recommend that not necessarily books, but genres of books. I think vision is something you should be studying. I think leadership is something that you should always be studying. If you're in business, I think general business practices is something you should be studying. I think marketing is something that you should be studying. I think sales is something that you should be studying if you're in business. Relationships is something that you should always be studying, right? That's why I have the How to Deal with People, How to Win Friends and Influence People, those kinds of books. The Magic of Thinking Big and Visualizing. Books on finance are huge. You should be learning the money game, man. Listen, these are things that you self-knowledge, self-education is the key. Number 13, keep your eyes open. Vigilantly monitor your thoughts and emotions. Notice when those self-destructive ideas creep into your mind. Stay in touch with your feelings. This way, you'll have greater awareness and can evaluate emotions and thoughts before they become behaviors, right? Before they become behaviors, you can evaluate these things. Number 14, give yourself permission to think outside the box. Be willing to let new and foreign ideas into your head. Allow yourself to engage in new ways of thinking. You know, one of the best ways to allow yourself to engage in new ways of thinking, get around people who don't think like you. Get around people who don't think like you. See, we are so wanting our beliefs to be reaffirmed that we won't even hear somebody who believes something different. That's how you grow, y'all. That's how you grow. We've been taught and trained that if somebody does not think like me, that we must be enemies. This is how we've been taught and trained to believe that if somebody does not think like me, they must be my enemy. No, even the people who don't think like you, chances are y'all probably still have more things in common than not. But that's divisive. That's division. That's how that is. Number 15, consider professional help. If you don't feel like you're able to decrease your self-sabotaging behaviors, consider seeking professional assistance. Therapists, social workers, life coaches, and mental health counselors will help you confront your unhealthy behavior, right? This is consider help. There's nothing wrong with that. And here's something else that we deal with in our community. So Black people have a fear of ascending to new heights, but it's also taboo to go talk to a professional in our community. Black people have all of this trauma from our experience in this country, but it's still considered taboo to go seek help to deal with the trauma that we all know we've experienced. How lame is that? We laugh about the trauma, the things that we've been through, growing up, coming out of slavery, living in ghettos, impoverished communities. We laugh about that stuff. But then if I say, man, this stuff is really hurting me on the inside, I need to go talk to somebody. Oh, you can't do that. Then that becomes a problem. When did we start vilifying the help? It's crazy, right? See, I go to an EAP counselor at work. Yeah, when do we start vilifying wanting to do better and willing to go see a professional to get it? Number 16, persevere. Persevere. Although there may be times when you feel overwhelmed by your ability to self-sabotage and contemplate giving up, if you persevere, your life will get better. Look back over these steps often, reread. In fact, if you guys want to join Wealth Creation Playbook, that is my group, my private Facebook group. I'm going to put this document in the file section of that group, Wealth Creation Playbook, so that you can get it, you can print it out, and you can review it often. 17 is the last one, and we are out of time. Renew your commitment to yourself as often as needed. When making a commitment, all of us occasionally veer off track. When you notice this, make a new commitment to yourself to continue your endeavors to banish self-sabotage. This is so big. We fall off the wagon and then we set the wagon on fire. No, fall off the wagon and then recommit to getting your butt back on that wagon. So that's it for today, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I have a good time sharing these things with you guys. Like I said, this is me trying to get myself better. So until I talk to y'all next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.